Heather. Welcome to my channel and the first video I've ever recorded ever. I am on a journey to change my life and I want to get healthy. And one of the big goals on that journey is definitely to lose 100 pounds, but it's not the only one. So today actually marks a really big day for me. I started this journey the beginning of January. It was not a New Year's resolution. I don't believe in those. Everybody always craps out after like a month. I just wanted to start. So I started in January and that's what month it was. So in January, I decided that it was time to change my absolutely horrible habits and try to replace them with some healthy ones. And the big reason that today is such a big deal is because of the 100 pounds that I know I need to lose, possibly more, but I'm starting with 100, we'll just go from there. Of the 100 pounds that I need to lose, I have actually lost a fourth of that as of today. So I started in January. It is August. It is August 6th. Y'all will probably get this after that because I have no idea how to edit iMovie. It just took me like 20 minutes to figure out how to record. So, yay, technologically challenged. But as of August 6th, I am down 25 pounds. When I started this, I was 271 pounds and now I am 246. So I've lost a fourth of the weight that I have set out to lose, and I am very happy about it. So I actually just posted this morning on Facebook for the first time about any sort of weight loss, getting healthy journey, any of that. It was all brand new on Facebook, and I had talked about how I lost 25 pounds and why it's a big deal for me, and actually had a lot of really awesome feedback and really a lot of support. So thanks, guys. One of the things that helped me to stay dedicated and inspired was watching other YouTubers who are going through the same journey. One of my favorite ever to watch, just because she's delightfully fun, but also has good stuff to say, is Beatrice Caruso. So if y'all want to go check her out, she's on YouTube. Do it. I was like, you know what? If all these people can document their journey and have an extra source of accountability and an extra thing to get excited about, then so can I, if I can figure out how to use iMovie. I'm gonna start with the basics. How I got fat in the first place. Spent most of my childhood looking for whatever sugary snacks I could get my hands on. I could not help myself. It was just calling my name from what feels like day one. I cannot remember a day where I haven't wanted sugar. Yeah, no, I really can't. And more often than not, I gave it into that. So I have pretty much been the tubby kid, and then the tubby teenager, and the tubby adult. For me, being fat is the norm. I have no idea what that elusive thigh gap is. I think it's a myth, maybe. But I have pretty much had a love affair with food from a very young age. At family gatherings, there's always like the big table of food, and while I was excited to socialize with people, never failed. The thought at the back of my mind was, no one's eaten all those cookies yet. Maybe I'll have another. 2 cookies can't hurt. 10 cookies later, a lot of pounds later, here I am. That basically, I'll get into my eating habits later, but I basically have had a love affair with sugar my entire life. And I love it so much, I make things with it for a living. I am actually a baker by trade, which, as you can imagine, being surrounded by things that are going, come eat me, it's not easy. Not at all. I love sugar. And you don't notice when you're in your teen years and you get a little pudge. It's like, baby fat, you'll grow out of it, whatever. And then you get to college. There's a lot more of it, especially if you've been eating the whole time. And then for me, I hit 26 and my metabolism was like, doses. And then I kind of blew up. So my metabolism basically just dies. And at that point, I'm like, what have I done? I know, it's really attractive. that's when it was kind of got real for me. I was like, okay, this is a problem. Maybe I need to make an effort to fix it. And I would kind of try and cut back on food, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And I went through a phase where I was like, okay, I can just exercise it off. It's fine. But when they tell you it's like 80% diet, whoever they is, 80% diet, 20% exercise, they're right. Like, yeah, sure, my calves got a little tone, so did the rest of me, minus the bouncy parts. And there's a lot of them. A lot. So I just kept gaining weight, but now I was stressing about it. And then at 28, I married my wonderful husband, and he found out how much I love sugar, and I found out how much he loves savory foods, and we found out how fat we could get together. Pretty fat. He's still cute though. But in January, I started to realize that it was really affecting my body. I still kept the same shape. I've miraculously had an hourglass shape forever, and it stayed that way. But, eventually you realize that, well, this part was filled out, and this part was filled out. The little center is starting to fill out this way. No. When people start asking you if you're pregnant, which, don't do that. Never do that. I don't care if they're giving birth. That answers itself. Don't do it. It's rude. But when you find you're getting asked if you're pregnant a lot, it's kind of like, I guess I put on a little more than I realized. But why'd you ask? Don't do it. Don't. Anyways, so we got chunky together, and in January of this year, I'm 31 now, just for reference's sake. Just turned 31. My husband likes to say that I'm almost 32. He thinks he's funny. But this year I was like, oh, going upstairs kind of sucks. I pant a lot. I shouldn't be going up a flight of stairs like, okay, that's a little dramatic. But, the point being, if you're panting going upstairs, it's kind of a problem. Like, my knees hurt all the time. My feet hurt all the time. And I was just like, dude, I have to get creative with bending to tie my shoes. That's not supposed to happen. Like, trying to, bend your foot backwards or sit weirdly so you can put your shoes on, and then you just give up and get some of those stretchy elastic laces, which are actually fabulous, but the point being I want to be able to tie my shoes. I was just kind of like, okay, it's not worth it. Like, what am I doing to myself? And for the longest time, I've been saying, oh, well, when I'm done with school, I'll worry about my health then. And it kind of just clicked for me, and I was like, okay, stupid. Worry about it now, and you got a lot less to worry about later. Even if you go about it slow, who cares? You'll get there. That's the point. Make the effort. And I started. Thankfully for me, I have had a really healthy body image. I'm happy with myself. I do love my body. I would obviously like to be, a little flatter in the stomach region. But for me, this journey is about getting healthy. I actually want to be able to live a long life that's healthy. I don't want to have a heart attack by 40 because with the way I was eating, it was going to happen. I want to be able to fly up a flight of stairs and be one of those weirdos that skips a step and is like, yeah, I got this. And not I want to be able to feel good and be active and enjoy life and not feel like I have to wheeze when I tie my tennis shoes because it's ridiculous and it sucks. And so I was like, okay, let me think about it. I was like, well, 10-ish or so years ago, I was 170 pounds, and yes, I was not skinny, but I had kind of I'll say I appreciate it now, how where the curves were and what they were doing. If I could figure out how to put a before picture, before I got fat, I will put it on here, but not tech savvy. But I was thinner, and that's the weight I really liked. I felt comfortable. I was still active. I was curvy, but I wasn't physically struggling in any way. And my goal is to get basically back to that point and then reassess. So I went from 170 pounds, I think 170, 160, somewhere in there, at my lowest, and got up to 271 pounds. The last 41 of those were in the last 2 years of being married. So basically, in a roughly 10-year time span, I gained about 99 pounds. And, you go from 170 to 271. And 41 of those pounds were within the first 2 years of my marriage. Just because, too many midnight runs to Taco Bell, too many of me going, ooh, sugar, what should we eat tonight? I don't feel like cooking. Taco Bell? Anyways. So, backtracking into all this, I have probably one of the worst jobs for someone who is struggling with her weight. I'm a baker. I literally make people fat for a living. Or, I just feed them and they eat moderate amounts, and then I make myself fat because I'm walking down the aisle and I'm like, that looks good. I should bring that home. What's on sale this week? Sugar. Yeah. So here's the deal. Part of this journey is me finding out a way to do my job because I love it. Like, I absolutely love what I do. I am very blessed in the sense of I get to work with people that I adore. It's really like a funky family up there, and it's great. But also, I get to do something with my hands. I get to be active. Like, I don't sit still well. Like, I don't even know how I'm sitting for this. But, so activity's not the problem. I've been eating. But I really, really enjoy baking. Like, for me, it's breads. I love baking other stuff at home, but what I actually bake for a living is bread. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. I want to get healthy, and I want to have a good relationship with food where I can, have pride in what I do and just enjoy it, without necessarily being like, oh, my back at the end of the day, or being like, oh, wow, I ate a lot this week. So part of the journey was to change my mindset with that. And the other thing that really kind of kicked me in the pants was I'm actually kind of doing a not there yet, early midlife career change. I love baking. That is something I will never stop doing, but there are certain aspects of it in terms of doing it for a living that don't work for me as a full-time job. It's really hard when, you're at work the entire time anybody else in your family is awake. And I also, I kind of started thinking about a career change, and I was like, okay, but ultimately I still want to do what I love. I just might not want to do it full time. And when I was in my early 20s, I had thought a lot about being a physical therapist. It was something that I had seen happen growing up, and I thought it was just really cool to actually get to help people just to restore function in their life. I think it's amazing. And it's also really exciting. I've always loved anatomy. It's very cool just to kind of see how everything works together. Like, it's awesome. The human body is amazing, you guys. Like, oh my gosh. Side passion. It's another one. But I basically decided that I wanted to go back to school for physical therapy. And by some miracle, I got accepted started this July in an absolutely amazing program for physical therapy. I am beyond excited. I knew that, okay, if I go into this program, this is something where I'm helping people do various, exercises or, adjustments, whatever you want to call it, helping them do different things. And you can't, for example, ask your patient to do a squat if you can't even demonstrate how to do one, because you're going to fall over. I'm also clumsy, but we'll see. So as a physical therapist, you really need to be able to do what your patients do. You can't say, hey, do this exercise, but I'm so out of shape, I can't show you how to do it. Aside from the fact that they're going to be like, okay, really? It's also just, you need to be able to show them. Some people won't understand how to do it. Some people are visual. You need to be able to do a lot of physical activity. And I was like, shoot, I can't really do this. Most of this is bad. And so I was like, okay, well, originally I was like, well, yeah, I knew I got in. Okay, I can worry about getting healthy once I'm out of PT school. And the truth of the matter is, you're going to be working when you're out of PT school, PT, physical therapy, in case anyone didn't put that together. But I was like, okay, well, I'm going to be working once I'm out of physical therapy school, and I need to be able to do it then. And also, I feel like crap now. If I just keep eating like I'm eating, I'm going to be a lot bigger when I graduate, especially if I don't tackle the sugar addiction. And so I am finally dealing with everything, and today marks basically me seeing some really awesome results, and I'm really happy. In the next few months, I'm going to talk with you guys just kind of about what I've been doing and some things I want to try, and just, anything I struggled with. If there's anything you want to know or comment on, be nice. Feel free to comment below, or do that whole like, comment, subscribe thing everyone always tells you to do. So like, comment, subscribe, do it. Anyways, so that's basically me. That is, my goals are just to get healthy, feel better, and be able to enjoy my life fully from a physical aspect. And I am looking forward to seeing, I guess, who wants to follow along with me on this journey and hopefully cheer me on and go from there. So yeah, it's me. So I guess thanks for watching, and I will see you guys as soon as I can figure out how to do all these uploads on YouTube.